back to the tailgate. Today we're going to do another life skill. And you know, some of the most common words that I hear, especially this time of year, is, it didn't work. And what most folks are referring to is weed control. Because if you look around the county right now and around most any county in East Tennessee, you see these beautiful fields with lots of little yellow flowers in them. And the buttercup is probably one of the things that's the most noticeable to folks. And I get call after call after call this time of year going, my fields are yellow, what can I spray with? And you know, it kind of comes down to the point that right now, just about anything you want to spray with will be fine, but it won't control your buttercups. Buttercup control, you know, we've already done a video on that. And it's really very simple to achieve 90+% control, but most failures with chemical controls are related back to 2 or 3 things. Number one, we didn't spray at the right time. We waited too long, had too mature a plant, or we used the wrong product, which lots of times we tend to use 2,4-D for things that 2,4-D shouldn't be used for. The other thing is, lots of times we don't calibrate a sprayer, because one of the first things I'm going to ask you whenever you say it didn't work is, what did you spray with, when did you spray, and how much per acre did you get? And if you can't answer those 3 questions, then chances are at least one of those 3 things is the reason why it didn't work. Whenever we start to look at these plants, if we go in the fall of the year and we look at buttercup, it's really pretty simple to identify with a leaf like this. We're not always sure if we're going to have buttercup, you know, because yeah, we had them last year. Maybe we won't have them this year. So whenever we start looking at those leaves, we can find those leaves on that immature buttercup in mid-November to mid-December. That's whenever we need to be spraying. One of the things I want you to notice is how many leaves are on this plant. This plant has numerous leaves. When we're spraying, 9 times out of 10, the only chemical that does us any good is the chemical that stays on that leaf whenever we spray. What runs off down onto the ground doesn't necessarily do us any good at all. So if we only put on half as much as we needed to and go over it twice, we still only got half as much on that plant, killing that plant, because the rest of it ran off on the ground. So we have to have the right concentration on that leaf. Now, in the fall, whenever we got all these leaves, we've got more leaves holding that chemical, translocating it down into this root to kill the plant. Take a look at the buttercup today. Now we have little bitty leaves and very few of them. So the amount of chemical that we can actually get on that leaf to translocate down to kill this great big huge bulb on the bottom is very little. That's why it doesn't work this time of year. So we got to catch that plant when it's immature, it's stressed, lots of leaves. We got to get the right concentration on the leaves to translocate down into the root in order to get a good kill. Because we come back this time of year, we got a huge root system, very few leaves, and it really doesn't matter what concentration we put on it. So there again, keep in mind, if you don't know how much you put, if you didn't spray at the right time, then that's most likely the reason why it didn't work. Thanks for stopping by the tailgate. We'll have another farmer life skill coming up.